Where do the Nets fall next year? The East is certainly worse. Some people feel the Nets won't be one of the bottom 3 or 5 teams, but the roster is certainly such that you can make a case that they're going to be in the mix for a top 3 overall pick. So that's the deal. Kyrie Irving goes to Boston. And one of the reasons, we didn't touch on it earlier, Mike, but one of the reasons why, Jay Crowder is more expendable is because they were able to pick up Marcus Morris in the offseason for the Avery Bradley.
This is not the first time these two teams have been involved in trade talks in terms of swapping their point guards, Kyrie Irving for Isaiah Thomas. So why did it come together now when they couldn't get the deal done a few weeks ago?
Well, I think, again, it was Boston's hesitation, Yenny's hesitation to try to hold out, to keep that Nets pick and the Lakers pick next year. Cleveland wanted either Jason Tatum or one of those top 2 picks. And ultimately, Ainge decided that the Nets pick was worth getting a guy like Kyrie Irving, now pairing with Gordon Hayward, and still having potentially the Lakers pick, which if it's 2 to 5, they get it next year. If it's not, it becomes Sacramento's pick in 2 years, which again could be a top 5 pick. So they've got enough. And the other thing is Isaiah Thomas coming off that hip injury, Michael, and we don't know how he's going to come back, and you wonder how much that played into your Celtics being willing to move him along with Crowder and the Nets pick ultimately.
All right, well, you heard that. Listen, guys, I'm gonna throw some stuff out there.
At the Home Depot, we're pouring more into paint.
At the Home Depot, they're pouring more into paint. I wanted to throw that out there. All right, so I wanted to field some questions. And you guys know that I am not the resident professional when it comes to basketball. I am the resident skeptic, period. I think that basketball is fixed, even though some of you really jones on me for it. But that's the reason why you guys are here. Because I think it's fixed. And then I tell you what I think is going to happen. And either it happens or it doesn't. You know what I mean? So, listen. I'm not good at guessing trades and all that stuff. I'm not good at guessing games day to day. I'm not that dude. I'm good at pretty much telling you who's going to win championships. Simply because I like to follow the money when it comes to championships and, things along that line. Sometimes it isn't about money. Well, no, it's always about money. But sometimes the money has alternate, effects, so on and so forth. Anywho, so let's break this down. And I'm going to field some of your questions too. Isaiah Thomas, I believe he's older than Kyrie, isn't he? Okay, I believe Isaiah Thomas is not as good as Kyrie Irving. I don't think he is as good. However, Isaiah Thomas still has great star power. Now let's look at what happened to Isaiah Thomas. His sister died in a car crash. We do know this, right? His sister died in a car crash, and some of you may think, well, what does that got to do with basketball? Listen, it's significant. Trust and believe that. Because, listen, whenever something happens to a player, they bring that baggage along with them. Regardless if it's good or bad baggage. It's going to come with them. You know what I mean? When I look at Isaiah Thomas, I look at Isaiah and I'm going, okay, you got a hip, you got that hip injury, so you're not at your healthiest. You're not as good as Kyrie Irving. I don't even think you score as much as Kyrie Irving, even though you do play point guard. Then I look at the good. How much star power can you bring? A lot. You can bring a lot. However, you're coming from a team that Cleveland pretty much beat with their hands tied behind their back. Okay, and when I start adding this up, I'm looking at it like this. Kyrie Irving really wanted to leave. So they found a way to make him leave. Because I was saying he's not going anywhere. It just didn't make sense for him to leave. Even the basketball pundits were saying the same thing. Why are you trying to leave? So there's so much more to this than just meets the eye, people. It's just not some guy complaining about the star power and not being able to be the leader on the team, because we all know that Kyrie Irving was the leader on the team before LeBron came back. And then he asked LeBron to come back. So there's just, it's something deeper than this, okay? It's something deeper than this. There's some, and this is why you guys are on my channel, because I just don't look at the surface of it. I'm like, why, Kyrie? Why? Why are you giving up, for one, your money, your earning potential? You know, any team will take you, any team will pay you good, but when you're on Cleveland, you guys went to the championship twice, lost once, and you have the potential to go again, to match up with the same team 4 times. Like, I just don't understand, and nobody else understands. And this is why I have to dig into the surface of it. Like, why are we taking a player who's injured, and we know he's got some emotional issues, deep emotional issues right now? Why are we taking that player, Cleveland? Why are we acquiring this guy, plus all the perks that come with it? But still, is it about the championship game anymore? It just makes me wonder. You know what I'm saying? When I really start looking at it, I'm like, something else is going on here. So when I look at it, I'm like, you know what? I told you guys that Cleveland was going to win the championship this year. I told you guys 2 years ago that they were going to win, they won. I told you on the day that they won the championship, they're going to lose next year. They lost. I'm telling you guys, this year, they're going to win again. They are going to win again. And they are making things happen in order for them to win again. And you know what I'm thinking? Kyrie Irving had to leave in order for Cleveland to acquire the championship this year, or well, in 2018. 2018 season, 2017 season, 2018 year. I think that's how it goes. Nonetheless, I'm thinking Kyrie Irving had to leave. Who cares if Kevin Love leaves or not? You know what I mean? Who really cares if he left? You know what I'm saying? Only person we really cared about is if LeBron James left or not. And LeBron's like, I'm not going to leave, because he helped build that team, that super team, according to Draymond Green. He helped build that team. He gave everybody exactly what they want. And then it all started falling apart after they lost. I'm thinking Kyrie Irving had to leave. I think this is all a soap opera. And I tell you why. For one, the trades that they're getting, that Cleveland's getting. You know what I mean? They got a center, didn't they? Okay, now let's look at this. They got a new center, right? Who was LeBron James upset at when they were playing last year? It wasn't Kyrie Irving. It was J.R. Smith. I'm sorry, but I don't watch basketball, but is J.R. Smith the center? He's a center, isn't he? Okay, I just wanted to throw that out there. And, you know, that's just one thing I just want to throw. I could be wrong. I don't mind being wrong. That's just one thing I wanted to throw out there. So I'm thinking, you know what? You know, LeBron James, King James, he's calling the shots, really. You know, not the new GM. It's really LeBron James calling the shots. And, you know, I think this whole thing was a setup. I think it's a whole frenemy thing. So he's like, Kyrie, yeah, go ahead and leave. Kyrie's still going to get what he wants. You know what I mean? But why would you listen, Kyrie, listen, people, why would Kyrie go to a losing team? Why would he go to a team that got trounced in the playoffs by you? You did that to that team. Listen, it doesn't make any conscious sense. Like, look, it would make sense if Kyrie went to Sacramento. It would make sense if Kyrie went to the Timberwolves. It would make sense if Kyrie, you know what? If Kyrie went to the Spurs. That would start to make sense to me. If Kyrie got traded to go to the Spurs, I get that. Because you're not going to see LeBron anytime soon. I understand that. The only people who you're really worried about is Golden State. But Kyrie going to a team that he himself trounced in the playoffs? I'm telling you, people, they did this on purpose. It was all set up from the beginning of the championship. Once Golden State lifted up that trophy, this was already set up to go big for LeBron to leave Cleveland. I'm telling you, that's what it is. I'm telling you right now, it's all a setup. It's all a setup because none of it makes any dang on good sense. It's all one. I'm gonna field some of these questions, but I wanted to get that out. I still got some more. I'll probably do a video in the morning, but it's all a setup. Like, okay, Mikey James, he's bringing up some numbers here, and they're very interesting. He's talking about look at the date surrounding Kevin Durant, 22-8 or 2-8-8, America, yada yada yada. But what really interests me is when he starts talking about Isaiah Thomas' sister. Isaiah Thomas, 22. Brady texted him. He was Isaiah's sister died at 22. Some of that is starting to interest me. I'm just going to throw that out here. Now, somebody asked me a real interesting question. They said, Tone, is Isaiah Thomas gonna, and I want to acknowledge who said this if I can. LeBron went to the Lakers. Okay, we'll talk about LeBron going to the Lakers and stuff like that. You and Tony tell it like it is. We're the only ones that heard YouTube that said that LeBron could end up going to the Knicks. Okay, that's something else. Another one of you comment, Mike Cook said, Tone, so is Isaiah going to get his first ring? Exactly. The answer is yes, Miguel. He is going to get his first ring. That's exactly what is going to happen. He's going to get, listen, Michael Cook, thank you for asking that question, because not only is he going to get his first ring, he's going to get his only ring from Cleveland. You heard that here first. That's exactly what's going to happen. Why would they give Isaiah Thomas to the Cleveland? They gave him to the Cavs. Why? Because they wanted to get him a ring in game. I'm telling you, people, you guys got to start looking at it from the outside. You got to start looking at it from every angle. They wanted to give Isaiah a ring, point blank. Now, some of you are going so deep into sacrifices and all that. I don't get into that because that's on a whole nother level, and I don't feel like dealing with that. But however, they're going to give Isaiah Thomas that ring. Listen, people, we gotta look deep into it. I keep telling you it's fixed. A lot of you don't want to believe it's fixed, but if Cleveland wins this basketball season, I don't want to hear nothing else about it's not fixed. Also, if the Cleveland Indians win during the same year, Donald Gilbert, you have to bake a cake with an apron on. You can have the rest of your clothes on, but you still have to wear your mama's apron, and you have to bake a cake, and it has to say, Cleveland City of Champions. It's your boy, Tone 202. I'll talk to you guys in the morning.